Why does Fast Forward have sound sweep exercises like this one? Here we will explain why the tone sequencing exercises are important and how they help your students. One of our founding neuroscientists, Dr. Talal, has been studying children with language and reading problems since the 1970s. She has found that one source of their problem is the rate that they process speech sounds, sometimes referred to as auditory processing. She found that students with processing problems can't perceive the order of sounds when they are presented quickly. These same children are much more likely to have difficulty with comprehension, speaking, and learning to read. If you don't have this problem yourself, it may be hard to understand. Most people have had the experience of mistaking lyrics to a song, or having trouble understanding someone in a loud place. That feeling that you're picking up some of the words but guessing at the rest. Try to imagine going through a school day, catching only some of the words your teacher says. This graph illustrates the problem. Notice the blue line. This chart shows how typically developing children perceive sound sequences. They can sequence sounds 85% of the time, even when the pause between the speech sounds is tiny. Now here comes the red line, which plots the ability of children with language impairment. Notice how their accuracy in perceiving sound sequences plummets as the pause between sounds shortens. Students who have difficulty with such a task often have difficulty becoming successful readers. Dr. Talal and other founders of scientific learning hypothesized that by practicing auditory processing tasks, a child could improve his or her ability to process speech. And they were right. The tone sequencing exercises provide the necessary practice by presenting two tones and asking students to sequence them. The tones start out long and with a lengthy pause in between them. Both the duration and the time between them will gradually shorten as the student's ability to hear these changes improves. As a coach, what can you expect to see when a student starts to process more quickly? Improved phonemic awareness and decoding, listening comprehension, and overall better focus, to name a few. Neuroscience has greatly informed our understanding of how children develop language and reading. You may have a student struggling on one of these exercises. Check out the resource library for tips on helping your student or to learn about the science behind the Fast Forward exercises.